Good morning. Welcome to Bukit Tinggi in Sumatra. I'm standing inside my hotel room at the Red Doors Hotel here in Bukit Tinggi, and I'm waiting for a van to come pick me up and take me to the international airport outside of Padang. It feels like a lot of planning and preparation has gone into this little trip, just because, the town of Bukit Tinggi is up in the mountains. We're at about, 900 meters. Padang is down on the coast. The international airport is down there, but I found out that I could take a van, some kind of transportation, directly from Bukit Tinggi to the airport. I didn't have to go to Padang at all, so that worked out pretty well for me. So I've just been here in Bukit Tinggi. But they said pickup time could be as early as 8. They couldn't give me a specific time. They said, well, departure, we're aiming for 9 to leave the town, but we're driving around, picking up a bunch of people, and it's hard to say. So anywhere starting at 8 in the morning, we may show up. And it's about 25 after 8 now. And of course, I've been ready since, since 6 a.m. It's just what I do. But yeah, I'm in a very nice room here, so that's fine. I've got the doors to the balcony wide open, and from here I can walk out on, which is kind of nice in terms of if you have to wait for someone to come pick you up. You couldn't ask for a better situation, because I can hang out here on the balcony and just I can see them when they show up. I don't even have to leave my room, so I can relax in my room. And it's a beautiful day today. All right, my van has arrived at 20 to 9, so that's good. There it is here, AWR Travel. Executive class. And it looks like I'm the first one, number 1. Yeah. Oh, I can sit in front? Oh, excellent. I can take some video. Canada. Yeah. Saya dari Canada. Okay. Okay, that's great. Okay. Hello. So, Anda nama?
Nama saya.
Yeah.
Robbie.
Robbie?
Yeah.
Robbie. So this is my driver, Robbie, taking me to the international airport. And I remember walking this way before. The company office is right here, so I guess that's where we're going right now. Probably pick up some more people. Right here. AWR group.
Yeah,
AWR. And I was just saying that we have some very nice weather for the trip. No rain this morning, which is really nice. There's a little bit of a view of Marapi volcano. Probably be covered in clouds later on today, but as you can see, blue skies. And here are the offices. As I said, I walked here the other day just to confirm my seat and then pay for it. So I already have my ticket. It makes a lot of sense that these companies, they carry both passengers and cargo. So all their trips kind of do a double duty, I'm sure. They're not going to leave any space, go to waste. So they have all these packages here. They're also delivering. So they carry people, and then if they have enough room, I guess they'll load up as many packages and cargo as they can. Maximize value out of the trip. Makes a lot of sense. And we are on the road for real. Check out that timing. 9 a.m. We're gone. Nice. Right on time. And I just learned the name, the Indonesian word for channel is something like saluran. So if I want to talk about my YouTube channel, it's saluran YouTube saya, my YouTube channel. So saluran. YouTube saya disebut planet Doug, something like that. And we are on the way. So, Robbie,
Ya,
kamu lahir di Bukit Tinggi?
di Pekanbaru.
Oh, Pekanbaru.
Ya.
So Robbie was born in Pekanbaru, not Bukit Tinggi. It's funny, even after all this time in places with right-hand drive, I'm still not used to it. I'm sitting here on the left side in the passenger seat, and it feels so strange. I keep thinking I'm the one driving, that there should be a steering wheel in front of me. Such a powerful habit to brake. Oh, we're heading up towards the volcano again. So we've left town and we're going right by where I was the other day. This is where I came on my bicycle. That's the volcano under those clouds over there. We might get a view of it in a second. So that's, yeah, Mount Merapi is right over there, and my bicycle is sitting right over there somewhere. Oh, yeah, I can't see the volcano at all anymore. And now, from this point on, this is all brand new territory for me. And my understanding is that Bukit Tinggi is at 900 meters, and then the road climbs up from there to 1,200 meters, and then goes down to sea level, of course, at Padang. But the man that I was with yesterday, I left my bicycle at his family's house. He told me that there's another way to go, that if I do ride my bicycle when I come back, if I do ride my bicycle to Padang, I don't have to take this main highway. He said there's a back road that I can take. As I mentioned in another video, this is actually the most active volcano in Sumatra in terms of, how many times it erupts per year or per decade or whatever it is. I don't know what the numbers are, but it is the most active volcano here. But now we're heading down the other side. It's quite steep and very beautiful scenery from time to time. Once there's an opening, you can see a lot of hills and volcanoes here. And I haven't seen it, but the famous lake is to my right. Danau Maninjau, I think it's called. But I just broke out the camera right now because ahead of me I got a glimpse of that mountainside, and there's a very nice village on the slope. Can't see it right now though, but you can see. You can get an idea of just how steep this road is. Heading down. And this truck, of course, is in low gear, trying to stay off his brakes as much as possible. And this one, of course, going very slowly uphill. Big lineup of cars and vans stuck behind him, all waiting to pass. As you can tell by the sign we just passed, we've arrived at the airport. Yeah, I've never been to this airport, and I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's a new one or an older airport. Guess we're soon going to find out. I don't know if there are two terminals here, either like a domestic and international or anything like that. Minangkabau. It looks like a very pleasant one anyway, very casual sort of entryway. It's one of the great things about a small regional airport like this. It's not like a huge, intimidating place. And that's it. I'm here. Man, you sure feel the change in temperature, of course. Yeah, right away. Though my executive class AWR van was nicely air conditioned on the inside, so it was quite comfortable the whole way here. And having the front seat was amazing. It's one of the more easygoing trips I've ever taken, to go from point A to an airport. And there it goes. My driver, Robbie. Yeah, once we came down out of the mountains, there wasn't a great deal to look at. Flat sort of land for a lot longer than I expected. I thought it was going to be mountainous for a lot longer. And they have a screening thing there for temperature, which is kind of cool. Thank you. So, here's the inside. I'm very early for my flight, so I don't imagine I can check in for quite a long time. Well, I've already checked in online. But I still don't even understand the online check-in system, because every time I've checked in online, and once I got to the airport, I still had to check in again at the official counter. So I'm not quite sure what the what the advantage of early check-in online is. But anyway, I have so much time. I'm just going to go find a cup of coffee somewhere, because I don't think my flight I can check in at any time soon anyway. So just going to relax here at the airport. So those are none of those are my flights. Yeah, I don't know how much is available here for entertainment at the airport. Clothing store. Oh. Okay, well, apparently nothing. I can't go past this point without first checking in, I guess. Because, yeah, all these people are going through security. So, does that mean I can't really do anything until I get past this point? Oh, there's a self-check-in down there. Anyway, let's go figure this out. Well, yeah, my check-in counters for AirAsia, they won't be open for a long time. And there's nothing at international departures, like there's no hangout area, no restaurants or coffee shops or anything. So all I can do is like go back outside. I did see a coffee shop out there. So, but the funny thing is, now that I've entered the airport, you can't go out again, right? You've gone through security, so you can't just turn around and walk back out through security. But what I can do is, I'm here in arrivals now, so I can pretend I've arrived and then exit through arrivals, go back outside to a coffee shop, and then I can come back into the airport all over again, closer to my departure time. So let's see if I can do that. Found a place outside, and First, when I stepped outside, I thought, oh, this is not working out at all because it's nicely air conditioned inside the airport. But of course, now that I'm out in the real world, you know, and hot again. But I found a little bakso place that appears to be air conditioned on the inside. And I've already ordered my favorite, mie ayam bakso, and a juice apulkat. Juice alpulkat. So here's the little place, you know, just a little window there to order, and then some simple seating here. It's so funny that I always end up doing these things. I just sort of confuse people all the time everywhere I go, because I went into the airport, went through security, I get inside and find out that there's no possibility of dropping off my luggage. You know, the check-in counters for AirAsia are not open yet. I'm here too early. And then it turns, I knew that would happen, but I thought I would just sit inside the airport, you know, departure area at a coffee shop or something, you know, so I didn't think it would be a problem. But there is nothing like that here. All the food and drink places are the outside. So then I have to travel over to arrivals, even though I have not arrived, exit, you know, and then as soon as I step outside, of course, everyone thinks I've landed and I want to go to Padang or Bukit Tinggi, and everyone's treating me like a new arrival in the country, and they're trying to get me taxis and hotel reservations and, you know, transportation and things like that. And I'm having to say, no, I haven't actually, or I know I look like I've arrived, but I'm actually leaving, but I had, you know, and if I had to explain that whole story to someone, they would never understand. But here I am, waiting for juice and mie ayam bakso. Time for a trip update, I guess. I'm in the smoking room of Kubik Coffee here at the airport in Padang, Sumatra. And yeah, well, I had a really good latte, hot latte. I'm already finished it. There are a whole bunch of people in here, so I didn't really want to break out the camera and annoy people. So I drank my coffee by myself without the GoPro, and I had a delicious chocolate muffin, a big chocolate muffin. So that's been my big treat of the day. Really good coffee, really good muffin, so I'm pretty satisfied. But it turns out that it is possible to get to an airport too early. So yeah, I just got here way too early. But what I like to do, I guess it's a weird psychological quirk of mine, is what I like to do at an airport is go through all the formalities, get everything out of the way. You know, drop off your luggage if you have luggage, you know, check in for your flight, go through immigration, go all the way to your departure gate. So everything is done. All you have to do now is get on the plane, and all the formalities are taken care of. And at that point, psychologically, I can relax. It's just like, now I can just hang out here in the departure area until I board my flight. But it doesn't work out that way because they have so few international flights. Immigration isn't open. So even though I'd finally checked in, and then I went through security down there, up the stairs, through security, into the main part of the airport, turns out immigration is closed. So I'm stuck here now, waiting. And I still, after all this time, I've been in the airport all day basically, and yeah, I still haven't even gone through immigration. That's still coming up. And there's one more security check combined with immigration you have to go through there. So yeah, I still can't relax. Well, something new happened. I think it's new. I don't remember ever having this experience before. I was sitting inside that coffee shop, basking in the afterglow of my chocolate muffin and hot latte, and I got an email from AirAsia. It was like an urgent rescheduling notice, and it said that my flight has been delayed by an hour or maybe 2 hours. I'm not sure exactly how long it said. But anyway, my flight is delayed. So isn't that always how things work out though? It's like if you do arrive somewhere really early, that's the day your flight gets delayed. So actually arriving early does you no good. You might as well have arrived late because your flight is going to be 2 hours late anyway. You know, isn't that how it always works? But yeah, I don't mind though. There's a ton of stuff to do here for me. I don't think there was an announcement about my flight being delayed. Just the email is the only reason that I know about it. So this is the downstairs area, you know, of course, where you check in for your flights. And once you're checked in and you've checked in your luggage, then you go up that escalator, and then that's a security checkpoint right there. You go through security, and then if you're going on an international flight, it's on the other side of those other escalators. I think those escalators take you up to the executive lounge. All the fancy rich people go up there. But immigration is on the other side of those dual escalators, and immigration is still closed. I guess immigration is only for my flight, so there's no point in anybody being there because the flight has been delayed for so long. But yeah, so this is the upstairs area. This is where you'll be waiting for your flight, and it's really quite nice. A lot of space, as you can see. This whole area, there's nobody here at all. This looks like it'd be a good place for kids to run around. And prayer room over there. Lots of bathrooms up here. The bathrooms are really nice, actually. And yeah, let's just go for a walk. You can see what's up here. If I end up spending the night here, this is where I'll be. Look at these chairs over here. If my flight is delayed much longer, I think I'm going to come back here, recline in one of those recliners. And it's conveniently located right beside a mini mart. So there's a Poppy Mart store here, you know, convenience store, which is very handy. Not all airports have those, I find. These are all domestic flights, Lion Air, CityLink, a lot of flights to Jakarta. In terms of restaurants, got Roti O, bread and bakery over there. Bakso, little bakso restaurant, which is nice. Kebab. Again, if I'm delayed longer, I think I'll be here later on. They've got beef kebab, burgers, crispy burgers, hot dogs, all that kind of food. Looks pretty good. But this is an international departure over here. And yeah, I don't see anybody at the immigration desks. And there's a little coffee shop here. You can grab a coffee and sit down somewhere else. And where I went for my coffee, the best coffee, probably in the airport, is here. Kubik coffee. So that's where I had my hot latte. And there's a smoking room back there. So that's where I was. Ole, a snack store. Trias Eatery and Cafe. And there's the end of it. So there's where you go through a security to get to here. So there you have it. The Minangkabau International Airport departure area in just outside of Padang. It's really nice up here. Nicely air conditioned. Yeah, nice place. There are definitely worse places to hang out for a few hours. Time continues to pass by. I'm still here in the airport. This is actually the scheduled time the flight is supposed to be leaving right now. And I was just chatting with some people over there at the gate, and they said the plane we're supposed to be taking back to Malaysia hasn't even left Malaysia yet. It's still on the ground in Kuala Lumpur. They haven't even boarded to fly here yet. And there you go. Oh, just went to the convenience store and got some ultra milk. All right. Oh, this is living. This is nice. Whew. I wish I had known these chairs were here earlier. I didn't know they were here. I was sitting for a long time in other places, like in the coffee shop and whatnot. All right, we have action. It's it's about an hour, 15 minutes after the scheduled departure time, and our plane has landed, and we've just started boarding. Gate 6, I'm going to be the last person in line because I've just been delaying so long. I've been watching a movie, and I didn't want to get up out of my seat. But just a quick look outside the airport, in case you're curious what the landscape looks like here. So that's the area around Padang. It turns out that I can board the plane from outside because my seat is at the back, I guess. So it's more efficient to go out onto the tarmac and enter through the stairs back here. Sun going down. So I'm filming this on my phone. There's the airport with the classic Minang Bakau horns on the roof. In my Air Asia jet. I'm still always amazed how big those engines are when you see them up close. They're huge. All right. Entering the plane. I've arrived. I'm at the airport in Kuala Lumpur. Still haven't gone through immigration or anything. That's way ahead of me. These Air Asia flights, they land far, far away, and you've got like a half a kilometer walk to get from your gate to the center of the airport. Yeah, I didn't film anything on the plane. It was just way too crowded. The whole flight was fully booked. Every seat was taken. And there was a large team on board, some kind of a girls' school from Indonesia, some sort of traveling team was on their way to Malaysia. And I thought, okay, that group is going to be on my plane. And as luck would have it, my seat, which I had picked out, a long time ago, happened to be right in the middle of that whole team. I had an aisle seat, but all around me were these, the schoolgirl members of this team. And that was kind of weird because, I think the girl who was sitting beside me was suitably freaked out. I think this might have been the first time she's ever left Indonesia, first time on a plane, and then suddenly she looks up and there's me standing in the aisle looking at the seat beside her, and I've got an apologetic look on my face saying, I'm sorry, but that's, I'm sitting beside you for one of these big first experiences of your life. It's like, sorry about that, but yeah, you can maybe you can make it part of the story someday. And I never did find out what kind of team this was. No idea. Nobody could explain it to me. Yeah, they were very well behaved. I was thinking if there was an equivalent group of 50 high school girls from the United States or Canada, I mean, it would be a scene on that plane. But these girls were just sat quietly for the entire trip and very well behaved. So anyway, these are these SIM card people, and maybe I'll do that while I'm at the airport. Let me think for a second. Moving right along. I'm trying to be efficient and yet not make any mistakes, not lose anything, not leave anything behind in the airport. So I just picked up a SIM card, and it was much faster than I expected. I walked up to I got a Digi this time. I keep getting a different SIM card each time I'm here, different company. And this time, I don't know, there was a desk there for Digi. And I've been hearing good things about Digi. I may even have gotten a Digi before. I just don't remember. But anyway, yeah, I went up to the guy and I was trying to be all loose and cool, and I walk up and say, hey, hello, can you set me up with a SIM card? You know, I'm trying to be easy breezy, like, hey, I do this every day of the week. And so I said, yeah, can you set me up with a SIM card? Trying to be cool, trying to be Matthew McConaughey. And he looked at me, he says, what do you want? He said, I'm sorry. And then I slowed down and just said, yeah. Then I looked at the packages, you know, they have all the different types and how much data per month and, you know, that sort of thing. And I just picked one out and let him do his thing without hitting him with any crazy phrases in English. Hey, can you set me up with a SIM card, buddy, pal? Anyway, heading into an immigration area, so I'm going to put away my phone. Talk to you when I'm on the other side of immigration. Ugh. See what happens. Next stage, baggage claim. Sailed through immigration. That was no issue at all. In Malaysia, foreigners like me with a Canadian passport, you're eligible for a 90-day social visit pass. So you don't have to apply for a visa or do anything like that, assuming you're okay with them and you don't set off any red flags. The standard is 90-day social visit pass, and that's what I got. No problems at all. It's a lot of fun for me to be here. I mean, I was only in Sumatra previous to this for 60 days, and yet it feels like I've been somewhere exotic and interesting and exciting for a year. So being back here, and I was standing in line with all these other foreigners like me, you know, people from Western countries, Caucasian people, very tall people with, the clothing. They're all coming from places like Bali, and they're on big holidays and adventure tours around the world. And I'm just sort of looking at them in awe, you know, like I hadn't seen any other foreigners, you know, for years. It's like, oh, look at all those people. Look at them, look at them. Aha. And there is my, oh no, you can't see that. I was just saying that there is my crazy bag, because since I'm cycling, I don't have any backpacks. I don't have any like bags that are suitable, you know. So this is just basically, it's like a rain cover that goes inside my trailer, and I just stuffed my rain cover full of my gear and then wrapped a rope around it. So that's all I have. So, Keluar, way out, is over there. And yeah, through customs, final stage, hit the bathroom, and then find a bus into town. Jumping ahead in time, I got my airport bus, no trouble. 15 ringgit to go from the airport to KL Central, where I am now. I had a really interesting seatmate on the bus, a man from Japan, and he's going to spend a few days here in Malaysia, and then he's going to Bali, and we had a great time talking all the way from the airport all the way down here. I talked his ear off, put it that way, telling him stories from Sumatra and other places. And now I'm in the MRT system. KL Central is where everything converges. So the airport bus dropped me off here, and I can take the MRT one stop over to Chinatown, and from there it's a walk, relatively short walk to my hotel. So what a long journey, my gosh. Every time I do one of these things, I'm sort of in awe of how long it takes when you wake up in the morning in a place like Bukit-Tinggi, and then step by step by step by step. There's so many steps, so many stages until you finally get to your destination and get to your hotel in that destination. Yeah, and here in Malaysia, they still have a face mask requirement for the MRT system. So you gotta put the mask on. Here's a train. Time to get on board. Pasar Seni. What a change in scene. It's amazing. Like I said, it took a long time to get here when you think about all the stages from Bukitinggi on and on and on to finally get here. So it feels like it took a very long time, but at the same time, it was only one day. And in one day you wake up in a place like Bukitinggi and then you find yourself here. It's like such a change, you know, a bit of a shock. There's a Chinatown out there. Let's take a look at the city. The bright lights of Kuala Lumpur. Huh. There's my building. And it's still not really open, I guess. Like there's no lights except for at the very, very top. But that's a very dramatic sight, isn't it? That black slab in the sky. And my hotel is in that direction and then hooked to the left. Whew. Hard to believe I'm back here. As I said, I've been gone a very short time and yet it feels like I've been gone forever. Very strange feeling. So let's go in search of this hotel, and hopefully it's okay that I'm arriving so late. They haven't given away my room yet. Let's find out. With my very inefficient luggage, it's kind of hard to go anywhere, to walk and take video at the same time. But stopped here for a second. This is my street. I'm in the middle of Chinatown, and my hotel is just up the road here on the right. And yeah, it's a very popular spot at night. They put all these tables out along the side of the road. People come here for a meal and to hang out. Let's see if I can capture any of the activity as I walk along. Yeah, this hotel is sort of a gamble. There it is up ahead, Hotel Nanyang. Seemed to be a kind of type of hotel that I might like. Sort of an older hotel showing its age. Kind of a classic vintage kind of place. And the price was reasonable. And it was like a normal hotel with a normal room with a private bathroom, and I thought that might give me a little bit of a soft landing here in Kuala Lumpur, rather than going for some kind of a backpackers place, which can be hit or miss. Yeah, I smell a lot of good food. Call me crazy, but I think I smell spaghetti. Anyway, there it is right there, my hotel. So you see what I mean about the kind of place it is. A monolithic, old school hotel, the Nanyang. So I'm gonna go in, put my phone away, because I need both hands to do this, and see what kind of a reception I get. Whether I still have a room there or not. Maybe they've given it away already. Oh, at long last, I have arrived in my home for 3 nights. I booked this room at this hotel for 3 nights. It's called like the Nanyang Hotel. As I said, it's kind of an institution in these parts. Classic old style hotel, and yeah, this room looks exactly as I expected it would look. It feels like I've been transported back into the 60s or something like that. And for some reason, I really like that. And yeah, small room as it turns out, double bed, but a small space over there. Give you a quick tour of the other side of the room. I just have to take 2 steps over here and turn the phone around. So yeah, classic 50s or 60s chair. That even looks like a 1960s TV. And a little bit of furniture here. And then a bathroom over here. And I'm up on the 6th floor, which is interesting. And there's a door over here. So where does this mystery door lead? Oh, look at that balcony. I was not expecting that. So Oh yeah, looking right down over the busy street of Chinatown, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, balcony can make up for a lot, just to be able to step outside and take a look around like this. That's very cool. And there's the Five Elements Hotel right beside this one. All right. Yeah, windows. And you can really see what this hotel is all about just by taking a look at the hallway. Very narrow. You know, it looks like, again, 50s, 60s style architecture and decor. So that's very cool. Two notes about my arrival, and I think that will be the end of this travel day video. Note number one, they kept the room for me, so I'm very, very pleased about that. Or maybe three notes. They kept the room for me. I was worried arriving relatively late, they'd think, oh, he's not coming, and then they would give the room away. But they were waiting for me. They knew my name when I walked into the lobby. And that brings me to point number two. Really nice guys at the front desk. An older man and a younger guy, and they both looked up when I came in, very attentive, very welcoming, and they looked down at their ledger and says, Mr. Douglas, Mr. Douglas, welcome. They were expecting me. They knew who I was when I walked through the door. Very nice, very friendly, very welcoming, so I was really happy about that. Third point, though, is the tourism tax is back. Years ago, before the pandemic, they instituted across all of Malaysia a tourist tax of 10 ringgit per night at a hotel for all tourists. And everybody hates this because it feels like a scam to a lot of foreigners when they show up, because they pay for the room in advance on Agoda or Booking or Traveloka. And then they show up and they book a room for 7 nights or something, and it's all paid for free and clear. And then they say, oh, you also have to pay us 70 ringgit for the 7 nights, 10 ringgit per night, an extra charge. And of course they get in big fights between, the tourist and the front desk people, because they're not expecting, they don't know about this tourist tax. It doesn't feel legit, but it is real, it is legit. But then during the pandemic, it kind of went away and nobody was charging this tax. But then as of January this year, they brought it back in, so they're enforcing it. But it's still kind of weird. Like, I'm staying here 3 nights, so I had to pay them 30 ringgit in cash at the front desk. And they have a big sign up on the desk explaining this is a government policy. It came into effect at this point, da-da-da-da-da. But I whip out my wallet and I give them 30 ringgit, and they just open the drawer and they throw the money in the drawer, and it's like, okay, I don't get a receipt for it. I don't get any kind of official document that tells me that this money is actually going to the government as part of this taxation program. It really feels like the hotel is just pocketing the money, and the whole thing is just a giant waste of time. And it penalizes budget travelers, because if you're staying at a 5-star hotel, an extra 10 ringgit on your hotel bill, you don't even notice it. But when you're traveling on a very low budget, staying in people who stay in dorm rooms. So I don't think dorm rooms, it doesn't apply actually. But if you pay for, the cheapest room you could find at a traveler's backpackers hostel, that 10 ringgit can be like a 25% increase in the cost of the room, or more, 30% jump in the price of the room. So it penalizes poor people, basically. It penalizes people who are traveling on a budget. So nobody's a fan of this tax. It's just a miserable thing that the government did here. And it annoys everyone. Annoys foreigners, annoys tourists, annoys the people running hotels, because they end up in the crossfire, with a lot of unhappy guests, complaining about this tax. But anyway, throw that to the side. I'm here. Air conditioner up there is cooling down the room. I made it all the way from Bukit Tinggi to here. That's pretty amazing. I'm very glad to be here. yeah, so shutting down. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.